Hey yo, welcome to the Heatwave. It's your boy AJ, and I'm going solo tonight because Matt is sick, and J Money once again he's got to work, so he's ducking the pod once more. So I'm holding this thing up by myself. But let me tell you something, man. Hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go get some. I'll be right back. I just gotta do some spring cleaning. I gotta sweep up the floor. Oh, there's some nasty green shit over there. I gotta get rid of that too. Let's fucking go. I'm so sick of these assholes. Goodbye, Boston. Oh man. The fact that Gabe Vincent did it to y'all tonight too, man. Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson. Bam almost ended Jason Tatum's life tonight. He's lucky he missed that dunk. He put fucking Jaylen Brown in the spin cycle. He yammed it on freaking Robert Williams. Oh my god. And then we're up by 40 at one point. Y'all were cooked. You're kaput. You put in fucking Luke Cornett, and you put in Kurt Mives, and you put in all these other assholes, and guess what? It's a Heat fucking win. We're up 3-0, and at this point in the series, the whole narrative about undrafted, no talent, the Celtics clearly have more talent. Clearly. Are y'all fucking dumb? How the fuck can y'all continue to say that when we have outplayed every single fucking play? Every one of our bench guys, undrafted guys, has outplayed all these drafted, high brand name motherfuckers. All of them. And you're going to continue to say that, oh, they're undrafted. They're undrafted. How about we just call it for what it is? They're not name brands, okay? Yeah, Gabe Vincent may be great value brand, whatever the fuck. But guess what? That motherfucker can ball and he can shoot. And guess what? I don't know what you mean by talent unless you mean, oh, he was drafted. Just because you were drafted does not mean that you have talent. Look at Thon Maker. Look at Mario Hezonja, or insert bust name here. Anthony Bennett, number 1 overall pick. Was he more talented than Jimmy Butler and all his other fucking players? Is he more talented than Caleb Martin or Anthony Bennett? Or is he just somebody that had hype around his name? Probably because his mother or somebody owned a fucking advertising agency, or somebody has fucking nude photos of somebody, so they gotta fucking put him on ESPN. I'm sorry, enough with the undrafted horse shit, okay? We gotta stop saying the whole fucking undrafted. They're undrafted. That doesn't mean that they're not good at the game of basketball. If they were not good at the game of basketball, Pat Riley would not have given them a fucking contract. He wouldn't have fucking signed them. And I have to admit that, yes, I've had my problems with Gabe sometimes this year, but guess what? That motherfucker does not care at all. He could give a shit what I think about him, because he's going to continue to ball, and I respect the shit out of that. Shoot the ball. Shoot that shit. Duncan Robinson, benched all year, all the time. All the trade rumors, every fucking trade rumor involved Duncan Robinson. But guess what? That motherfucker can shoot the ball still. And he was out there cutting, again, beautiful cutters, layups, and shit. When you got Duncan Robinson cooking you in the paint, that's how you know the series is over. I saw when we went up by 10, I'm like, they are fucking done. They are cooked. And then we went up by 20, and Jimmy Butler scored, fucking 16 points tonight? We didn't even need Jimmy Butler tonight. It was the undrafted. Those are the ones who won us this game. The undrafted. That's not even a narrative. That's some lazy-ass fucking bullshit that you had to cook up to try and make an excuse for yourself as to why we're beating the Celtics right now in this series. That's what that means. Because 3% ESPN, 3%, 3 motherfucking percent chance. They had a 36% chance for us to win the series after we were up by 2 fucking games, and we won both of them on the road, and somehow we were the underdogs in Game 3 in Miami, despite the fact that we have dominated the whole goddamn series. We were 5-point underdogs at home in a building where we haven't lost the entire fucking postseason. We're underdogs to a team that has showed less fight than a fucking dead person. I've never seen a team that has just completely given up on itself. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, they couldn't shoot the broadside of a barn with a machine gun. They couldn't hit water if they fell out of a fucking boat. Okay, that's how horrible they were tonight. And you have them bitching the whole time about foul calls when you have Jaylen Brown torpedoing into our guys and bitching about not getting a foul call. How about instead of diving into somebody's chest, you actually make a play on the basketball? What a concept. Oh, but because the Heat are undrafted. And now, how about let's just say the reality of the situation. First of all, Miami all season long dealing with injuries, as most teams do, right? Most clutch games, 30 clutch games this regular season, right? And I personally have watched so many games where we could have easily won, but we didn't. Because of XYZ, insert mistake here, insert this or that. So our record is misleading, first of all. Second of all, the entire Eastern Conference this year was so neck and neck the whole goddamn time, except for the top 3 seeds. Look how they fared, right? So we're not a normal 8 seed, number one. Number two, the whole playoff Jimmy thing is not even accurate because he just had his best statistical year this year. And he played a significant portion of this entire season. He only missed, I think, probably like 15 to 20 games in the beginning of the year. And look, this team, we're still going to be underdogs going into the Denver series. You know, Jokic, because they're going to, Jokic. Look, aside from Jokic and Jamal Murray, I'm not taking anybody else over our guys. And let's just stop. And before you call me fucking delusional, I'll do it with the Celtics too. That, like they said, 4 through 15, the Celtics have a better roster. Okay. So let's go start. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Obviously, they would play and be stars on the Heat. Let's continue to go down. Al Horford. No. I'm not taking Al Horford over anybody on this team. Robert Williams, he would play bench minutes. Marcus Smart, he'd probably play bench minutes. Okay, so who do we have after that? Derek White, he's not playing on this fucking team. I wouldn't want to have Derek White over anybody on the Heat, okay? Would you rather have Derek White or Gabe Vincent? Have you seen the fucking basketball games lately? Or are you just going off of paper? And what even fucking piece of paper are you looking at where you still think the Boston Celtics roster is that much better than the Miami Heat's roster? No, the only piece of paper, maybe you'll look at a roster and the only stats next to them is whether or not they were drafted and what fucking pick they were drafted in. So that's the piece of paper. On paper, the Celtics are better. Well, what paper? The draft sheet? Okay, sure. Whatever. But anyway, Derek White, I'm not taking him on the fucking Heat. Peyton Pritchard, hell no. Grant Williams, hell no. Who else is on the fucking Celtics? That's right, I can't even remember because they're so useless on the bench and they don't even believe, their coach doesn't even believe in them. Then I don't have to believe in them. I don't want to see them. Who the hell else they got? Blake Griffin, washed. Somebody call fucking Whirlpool or General Electric because somebody lost their fucking laundry out of the washing machine. He's washed. Okay? Who else we got? Luke Cornett. People don't even fucking play. You're going to tell me that they're better than the Heat's roster? Caleb Martin. Playoff dog. Okay? Kyle Lowry. Resurgence in his career, this playoff run. We got... Oh, hold on. We haven't even mentioned Tyler Hero hasn't played the whole fucking playoffs. So when Tyler Hero comes back in the finals, because I'm sure he will, and you think we're playing good now, the only thing about Tyler is his defense. But you know what, though? That motherfucker can shoot, and he is a killer. If you think Gabe Vincent ain't afraid, wait till you fucking see Tyler Hero in the clutch. You could look up, Google Tyler Hero buzzer beaters. I love Tyler. That dude is a dog, and he hasn't even played this playoffs. And we don't even have Victor Oladipo either. Another dog. I'm not taking anybody on the Celtics roster aside from Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and holy shit, they looked horrendous tonight. I mean, Michael Jordan might call Jason Tatum and revoke his fucking shoe deal after that performance, because that was one of the worst clutch time, we need a win performances you've ever seen. Ever. If I'm Boston, I'm blowing it up this offseason. How many more times? This core has been together since, 2018? This same core has been together, and they haven't done shit. They have not done anything. But aside from disappointments in the playoffs, they have not achieved anything. They made it to the finals last year and lost to a fucking geriatric Golden State team with Andrew Wiggins on it. And Jordan Poole, who exposed himself as being fucking mediocre at best this year. So they don't have anything. They haven't done anything. They are, and you talk about overrated ass franchises. The Boston Celtics are probably the most overrated franchise in basketball fucking history. You have Bill Russell winning 11. Rest in peace. The guy's dead. I can't insult him. I'm not going to insult Bill Russell. Okay, but he won 11 championships when they had 8 fucking teams in the NBA? When they played like single elimination playoff games? I mean, that's where a majority of their championships come from. Okay, then you have the Larry Bird era of the Celtics. I'll give them respect. And then you have the somehow, I don't even know how the Celtics survived a Doc Rivers fucking championship somehow. The man is more, he needs a tracheotomy because of how much he chokes at basketball, right? So you somehow won 1 ring with Kevin Garnett in his prime, Paul Pierce in his prime, Ray Allen in his prime, and Rajon Rondo in his fucking prime, and you won 1 ring, and you want to bitch about super teams with the Heat and LeBron, and even though I don't even like LeBron anymore because of the way he left Miami, you can't even bitch about the Heat being a super team because y'all motherfuckers formed the super team first, okay? And how many rings did you win then? Oh, that's right, you had LeBron, historic playoff performance, right? And then, last year, even, you want to talk about their trip to the finals. Tyler Hero hurt. Lowry on 1 leg with a hamstring. Oladipo couldn't play fucking offense last playoffs. Strus wasn't the same guy. I mean, he would hit buckets. But Caleb Martin was unplayable last year in the playoffs. And we had PJ Tucker, who was fucking useless on offense last year. And we still were 1 shot away from beating y'all motherfuckers. And now that we have everybody healthy, essentially, except for Tyler, who again was hurt last playoffs, we have everybody healthy back. And y'all have everybody, including Malcolm Brogdon now, who's better than y'all. Oh, I forgot about Malcolm Brogdon. Yeah, maybe I'll have him on the fucking team. He'll be on the bench rotation. Okay, but you can't tell me Gabe Vincent hasn't outplayed Malcolm Brogdon this series. Okay, you can't tell me that. Aside from a few buckets in game 1, where the hell has Malcolm Brogdon been? He fucking airballed several threes today. He's not a good basketball player in the clutch time. He played for the Pacers and the Bucks before Giannis became the superstar. So, I mean, what has that guy fucking achieved either? So, those are the things, right? And you want to tell me that they're so much better. They've achieved all these things. When we ran it back with the same fucking roster, people said that we were nuts. And I thought we were nuts still. I'm not even going to cap and pretend like I thought we would be on this fucking run right now. I will say this. I did believe in this team because of Jimmy all the way up until we lost the play-in game against Atlanta and we were losing against Chicago, and I thought the season was over. And then we beat Milwaukee in game 1, and I'm like, that's interesting. But then, Hero got hurt. He had 19 points in the first half. He was balling against Milwaukee. And then we lost game 2, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe that was just his fluke. And then game 3, I probably watched one of the best basketball games I've ever fucking seen. Or was that game 4? Excuse me. Either way, Jimmy Butler balled in game 3, and game 4, I think, was the greatest basketball game I've ever seen. And then that's when, from that moment on, I'm like, we're going to win the fucking championship. And here's the thing, too. Y'all still didn't believe that, and Jimmy Butler believed the whole time. We were 2-5. We just beat the Warriors. It was our second one of the season. And I'll never forget this quote. It was a quote from the post-game presser, and they asked him about, how the season was going so far. He said, "We are winning the fucking championship. I don't give a fuck that we are 2-5. We are winning the championship." That's what he said back then, and that was in October. And here we are. We are one win away from the NBA Finals, and all the media can talk about is, it's always Boston that loses the game. It's never the Heat that win the game. It's the other team loses. So we're going to hear excuses about, Jason Tatum and all the referees and all this and that, and then the fucking Grant Williams and, Robert Williams is 100%. It's because all he does is shoot fucking putbacks. All the untalented, undrafted. Just because you suck at your job as a scout doesn't mean that the player isn't good. That's what it really is. It's all these fucking scouts in the NBA that miss these prospects, and they're fucking egotistical ass. Since we didn't scout them and we didn't think they were going to be good, therefore they're not talented, and they need to be undrafted, and they're garbage players. That's the narrative, really. It's these asshole scouts that suck at their job that miss these players, and because they miss the players, they have a fucking vendetta against them, and they got to discredit them at every fucking chance they get. That's what the truth is. That's the truth about this narrative with the undrafted fucking players. It's garbage. It's trash. It doesn't make any sense. It's disgusting to see the media do this constantly. All they do is bitch about the fucking same teams, and they never talk about Miami. They never give Miami credit. The only credit they'll give us is Jimmy Butler, which, as much as I love Jimmy, he didn't win us the game tonight. It was the fucking Gabe Vincent and everybody else that won us the game tonight. So what are they going to say this time? What is the excuse going to be for the Boston Celtics? Now they're going to scapegoat Joe Mazzulla, despite the fact, didn't he just fucking win the Coach of the Year? The Coach of the Year. Or at least a fucking candidate. I'm almost certain he won Coach of the Year. Your Coach of the Year, you're going to scapegoat him in his first fucking season as an NBA coach. He's 34 years old. You're going to get mad at him and blame him, despite the fact that this core has been around since 2018 and haven't done fucking jack nothing. Maybe it's time to blow it up. Obviously, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not a dynamic duo. They're not it. You can't put them on the same roster together. They don't work. Because they are the same archetype. They're both wing, ball-dominant players. They cannot play on the same fucking court together. There's only one basketball. And if you're Boston, you pick which one you like better, and you fucking trade the other one. At least you get something out of it. You probably have to trade Jaylen Brown because he's only got 1 year left on his deal. And then he's a free agent after this next season. So if I'm Boston, I'm trading his ass away for a nice haul, some picks. Maybe you get another star, but you can't get a superstar because of his performance in these playoffs. You're not going to get a lot for Jaylen Brown right now. I mean, unless you get a fucking delusional team like the fucking Timberwolves who don't know, they're asked for the hole in ground, a horrible organization. They'll trade you Anthony Edwards for them because they're fucking idiots. But and maybe you can fool a stupid-ass organization like that, or maybe you suck. You trade for fucking Trae Young or something for the Hawks, or DeJounte Murray or something. But you can't. You cannot, as the Boston Celtics organization, and Brad Stevens, Mr. fucking genius, sign Gordon Hayward. You can't go into next year as Boston with the same fucking roster. You cannot do that because potential is the most overrated thing in sports. You can't tell me, what if tomorrow we all get fucking struck by lightning simultaneously? What if? There's a possibility, but good luck fucking, put money on that. you know, and see how much you win off of that bet. Okay? So potential is so overrated. This duo hasn't done anything in years. And it's not about what you could do, it's about what you have done. They have not done shit. What have they accomplished? They've accomplished several failures in the playoffs, conference finals losses. They've made it to the finals one time and lost in 6 games. What have they done? Besides, even this year, what have they done? They beat a fucking Atlanta Hawks team who had to fire their coach in the middle of it and got Quinn Snyder, who's actually a damn decent coach, and he actually somehow won 2 games against you people. So there's that. And then you barely fucking beat Philadelphia, you could probably make a documentary about their failures and that fucking organization and how horrible they are. So what have you accomplished this year besides getting embarrassed? 97% chance that you were going to win this game, and guess what? You know, who the fuck are these people? You know, instead of 97% chance to win the game, it should have been 97% of the ESPN staff want the Boston Celtics to win. That's what the metric should have been. And the fact that the Celtics were still favored in the series by 65% before this game started shows that these people don't watch basketball. They watch fucking headlines and they watch fucking idiots on ESPN. Kendrick Perkins, what did he ever accomplish in the NBA? Let's not overrate JJ Redick either. You know, and he's always picking against the fucking Heat. How many rings did you fucking win, buddy? You have Stephen A., who occasionally makes good takes, but most of the time is not making good takes. And then you have, God only knows, every other fucking idiot on ESPN because they have the narrative. They don't like the city of Miami, and why, I couldn't tell you. I don't know why they don't like Miami, but they don't. So they're going to find every excuse in the book, every big market, they're going to fucking promote them. And the weird thing is that Miami has a big-ass market, 5 million people in the metro area of Miami, right? But for some reason, the media cannot stand the city of Miami. Why don't you think about why? I'd like for you to think about why that is. But This whole fucking, it's so ridiculous how little respect Miami gets, and it's disgusting. And you better savor this now, Heat fans, because while they're praising you now, the instant we eliminate Boston, they're gonna fucking do the same thing with us about Denver. They're gonna be sucking off Denver. Heat. The fucking Heat are gonna get swept by the Nuggets. Nuggets in 4, Nuggets in 5. Maybe you'll get a few idiots that actually maybe know something about basketball. They'll say Nuggets in 6. And then you'll have to deal with this all over again. I'll tell you what, I am not afraid of anybody. I'm not afraid of the Nuggets. I'm not afraid of the fucking Lakers. Good luck coming back from 0-3, LeBron. And they're still talking about the Lakers. And even though Mike Malone is right to a degree, the Heat have gotten less respect than the Nuggets. At least your guy won a fucking 2 MVPs, and they talk about that. They don't even. I don't know. I'm just bitching and rambling at this point. Take everything I say with a grain of salt too, but I'm just pissed off. 3% chance to win the fucking series. 3%. That goes to show you, and this is just for in general, don't believe everything you hear. Unless you fucking witness it with your own eyes, people. I actually watched the entire fucking season for the Miami Heat. I knew we had this in us. The problem was that you just didn't know which Miami Heat team was going to show up in a given night. But we've done this at points throughout the whole season. So when people tell you that there's a 97% chance that the Heat are going to lose the series to the Boston Celtics, they don't know anything about basketball. They don't watch the fucking games. They don't watch anything. They just sit there on Twitter like idiots reading headlines, saying hot takes. Like, these are probably the same idiots that said that Jimmy Butler was going to demand a trade from Miami. Yeah, I don't think I forgot about that shit. Oh, we need to trade away Jimmy. We need to trade him away and rebuild. We need to You are idiots. The fact that we have people, even on our own goddamn team, but those aren't real fans. I'm sorry. You're not a real fan if you said that we should trade away Jimmy fucking Butler. You're an idiot. But that's all I got to say. I mean, became a rant, but, this is what happens when it's just me on the podcast. This is why I got to have Matt to calm me down, and actually talk about basketball. But, this Heatwave, Heat in 4, I'd be stunned if we don't win Game 4 because Boston packed it up at the end of the game. I mean, Jesus H. But, all I got to say, man, Gabe Vincent, motherfucker going to get paid this offseason. But that's all we got, man. Game 4 victory.